Hey you guys, what's up? It's Aglai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a reading that I wanted to put together for everybody. I'm doing it bi-weekly, so every new moon, every full moon. I love working with the moon as far as like to be able to clear karmic debts, clear emotional blockages, anything tied to ancient past lineages that is still running through my veins, creating experiences that I'm like, this isn't my burden to carry anymore. And I've done a lot of that. So I help and teach a lot of others to do the same. And also utilizing the sun, Ra, right? Because I think it's important to balance feminine and masculine energy, not only in my own life, but in everybody's life. But I can't tell you what to do. This is just an information guide, tools, resources to kind of like help you. I'm also pairing it with chakra awareness. Okay, I'll be using the chakra wisdom tarot deck. You probably can't see, yeah, because I have this. There it is. I have like this zoom background thing in the back, so you might not see my fingers and stuff like that, but whatever. I wish I could kind of like tone it down, but it's better than you looking at all of my clothes that's over here, but you don't know that. You know now, but still you can't see it. Okay, so I digress. Let's get to the reading, to the video. So this new moon in Leo, it's been super impactful for me as it's been coming up like from the past few weeks, because the cool thing I see when we start to do the work, you start to feel the energy that's coming ahead of time, and you start to be presented with experiences, emotional burdens, traumas, mental health issues, with you or other people around you, things that you've gone through, and things that you haven't gone through, things that are just running in your blood because your ancestors went through it and now it's passing through your blood. So now you're going through it and you don't know WTF, what you're going to do with this information, what's going on, why is this happening in your life, right? Well, that's because you're clearing a lot of things for yourself so that you can create a brand new life experience for you and your ancestors that never got an opportunity to experience what you're about to experience. Okay, so the new moon in Leo, it helps right now with embracing courage, right? It's helping with self-expression, creativity, self-acceptance, just believing in yourself, believing in the things that you want to create more and more. Now, maybe you just started to get on a journey and you're not quite sure if you believe in yourself. 444 as I'm saying that. Nice. 1644. My time is on military time, but still it's 444. And that talks about creating a foundation for yourself, and it's in alignment, mind, body, and spirit, right? Asar, Aset, Haru, like it's everything is working in alignment. You're doing exactly what you're meant to do. So what I was saying before that was some things might not be coming as quickly as you wanted to, but trust in divine timing. 444 also talks about divine timing. Things are unraveling in the background, and you don't even know what's going on. You may think nothing is happening, but there's a plethora of things happening just for you. So keep it going, okay? Keep believing in yourself. You might be in a position of transition right now and you don't know WTF. Trust in knowing that everything is working out for your highest good, even if it means a complete tower in your entire life. Loss of friends, loss of family members, loss of work, loss of money, loss of property, loss of car, whatever it is, loss of relationships, right? Romantic, friendship, whatever. It's going to be challenging to go through if you haven't gone through that yet. A lot of people already have. Some people are still going through it. Some people haven't yet. But I just hope that you know that you have tools and resources and you are connected to a higher power within you that you could tap into at all times to keep you grounded when everything else is in chaos in your life. Okay, and that's something I had to do, and it's not easy, but it's available for you if you so choose. Okay. So let's start with Aries. Aries, I got brings this new moon is going to bring a surge of confidence for you and encourages you to take risks and express yourself authentically, right? And I think that's pretty cool because you got the Page of Wands. Again, I don't think you'll be able to see. Oh, you can. Okay. The Page of Wands to me talks about looking at a new adventure, a new opportunity, looking at something with brand new eyes. Maybe you're looking at your life with brand new eyes. Wands is about passions, things that you really are interested in. Maybe you're looking at starting to want to create a new entrepreneurship, a new job, a new business, for yourself. Or maybe, again, you might be looking at a new job. You probably want to do something different. You're looking at it with a brand new eyes, brand new set of eyes, right? And pages is all about starting something brand new, but it's like childlike energy, but it's also giving new energy. Okay, so it's kind of like new opportunities that you're looking at in a way that you never looked at before, right? You're like, oh, maybe this is working out for me. Maybe, I feel like this turned to shits in my life, and this didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and this fell apart. I realize now that this is working out for me, right? So now you have a new enthusiasm about life, which is right in alignment with what the new moon is doing for you, right? It's giving you a surge of confidence, and it's encouraging you to kind of like believe in yourself and to operate more authentically. What are some things that you can start to invest in that makes you feel joyful, brings you joy, brings you excitement? It could be something brand new. It could be something you always wanted to do from when you were a child and you never did it. And now it's the time for you to do that. And clarifying that, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the card of rapid results. The reason why I'm looking at it from the book is because these cards, the Knight of Swords, I know what the Knight of Swords is in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot deck. This is fast communication, fast information coming in, new thoughts, new ideas. This could even be just your spirit guides. You possibly could have Sagittarius in your chart, Aries, or doesn't have to be, but I just feel like this forward movement, this fast things coming in for you, right? Maybe in travels, maybe in ideas, or maybe astral traveling. You're learning how to astral traveling, or maybe you do and you don't know, and now you're looking at that as like, oh, maybe I do have these abilities. Let me study about it, right? Let me learn more about it, things like that. Swords is all about new thoughts, new ideas, speaking up, speaking your truth, right? So this is a card about rapid results, but the reason why I look at it from the book, because this book also ties it with the chakra. So this is the fifth chakra. So around this time, pairing with the Page of Wands, there's a sense of you gaining confidence for you to speak up for yourself, expressing exactly what brings you more joy. Like I said, expressing things that's allowing you to operate authentically. It could even be you're looking at new connections that allows you to operate authentically, where you ain't got to perform. There's a lot of relationships, and I've seen in the past that a lot of people was just performing, so much so that I didn't realize maybe a part of me was also performing, or I didn't even realize the difference until you really see who's really for you, or until you really see I'm actually dimming my light and being less than who I am to make somebody else comfortable. We're not doing that anymore, right? That's out the door. So now this new moon is shining a light, right, on you. And it's like, hey, you get to do this now. This is kind of like your free card to be authentic, to express yourself truly, and just do what it is that you need to do. By the way, we have some new ideas that we're going to download, we're going to send to you. We have some new opportunities. Remember that passion you liked and you used to want to do and you stopped doing it, or you never looked back at it? Well, maybe you might want to take a look at that again, right? That's for you guys. So I hope that message was pretty clear for you and it helped you. So maybe you might want to stop and just consider what are some things that really brings you joy, some things that you could bring out into the forefront of your life that really brings more joy into your life. Because I also see, as the world is falling apart, right? As the world is falling apart, I see how you can cling on to things even more, people, places, things, money, jobs, but it's just so challenging to do when the world is falling apart. It's a clear indicator that the age of Aquarius is bringing in new ways of being, new ways of thinking. And the more we could get in alignment with that, the easier the transition will be for you to land on your feet. Okay, if that makes sense. And that's a broad message for myself and for everybody else. Moving on to Taurus, Aries, Taurus, yes. Okay. So Taurus, the new moon is going to bring about shifts in your home life, your family dynamics, health, routines, careers, and emotional security. Okay. So damn near everything. Taurus, I mean, yeah, it's dealing with money, your family dynamics. It could also be dealing with the balance between your home life and your work life as well. You want to pay attention to your health and emotional security. I'm getting more of like, it's helping you to be more courageous and expressive when it comes to what grounds you emotionally, Taurus. Okay, I feel like you're always very much taking care of everyone that I know that or used to know that I was a Taurus. They work very hard, they make good money, they care about how they look, they care about their comfort, they care about all of that. Okay, and I think you end up doing that for the entire household, and you get to also express what brings you emotional security to the people within your household, the people you're teaming up with, even if it's a work situation, a relationship situation, even with yourself, being honest and truthful to yourself about how you could bring more of those you know, positive shifts around your home life, your family, and the things that are important to you, your money, your career. Does it bring you emotional fulfillment? Are you secure in your emotions with all of those aspects in your life, right? And the card that I got for you, Taurus, Magician, baby. Okay, Taurus, Magician. All right. And I think this is dope because the way that I said that, how, the whole brings about shifts in your home life, family, relationships, careers, and money and emotional security, it's like a whole, I'm seeing the world card. The world is like a new opportunity to start brand new, to do something brand new, like a new life. This is like level up, going from 3D to 4D, 3D to 5D, dimension, ways of thinking and expressing or being, right? And the Magician comes out, which means you have all the tools in your toolbox, in your kit that you need to do this, to make this transition, to choose yourself, to find ways to express your true desires, to find ways to express what it is that you want in your home life, what it is that you want with your emotions. And then to tie that with the Four of Wands, heart chakra energy, dope. I'm gonna do this for all of them. Let me make sure. For the Four of Wands, automatically, the Four of Wands by itself is a card of the heart chakra, right? For the when we're talking about the chakras. But the Four of Wands itself, this is about stability. This is foundation. The four pillars, this is like giving me four walls, for like just foundation. This is brand new also. And the heart chakra obviously is dealing with things that you are very passionate about, which is what we've been talking about. Things that bring you emotional security, emotional fulfillment. She's turned facing the back, so it's kind of like you're leaving something old. You could be moving to a new house, looking to move to a new house. Maybe where you live doesn't bring you enough enough emotional fulfillment. You don't feel joyful. You don't feel like it's like I told you, like Taurus, they love their beautiful house, they love to be comfortable. If it's no longer that for you, you're looking for ways to change that. Right. And I see you're doing that and you're manifesting just that. You have all the tools in your toolbox to do it. I'm just saying you can do that. All right. There's something about the Magician deal to me also works with, not works with, but coincides with Ptah from the Kemetic understanding of universal energies, right? When it comes to Kemetic gods, Ptah deals with like doing things on the computer. Maybe you're looking for ways to work from home. Maybe you're asking your job if you could work from home. Maybe you're just looking for more comfort, the ability to be with your family, to feel emotionally grounded and secure. You did get careers, right? So you're changing careers. And the Four of Wands with the Magician, that's exactly what you're manifesting. And the full moon is giving you the courage, right? And the to be able to do that. Maybe you've been thinking about that for a long time and now you're like, I'm deciding this is what I want. Yeah. The card of the heart's joy, okay? Blooming excitement is related to something good, and while you're ready, preparing your heart is open of joy to receive. So pretty much that's exactly what this is. Very similar, but it's not exact. Some cards, they're very different from the Rider-Waite. So sometimes I still want to use the book to make sure when we're dealing with the heart chakra, it's very important because the message could be slightly different and very it's so precise. That's why I want to use the book. It's precise. And I'm like, oh, this is good. It's not just that. It's this specific thing, which I love. I love precision. Okay. All right. So that was your message. Whatever it is that you're working on to create something brand new for yourself because you just want to feel more joy in your life, you are celebrated to do that. The heart, the anahata, you see that? The green heart chakra, third one right here, the green one. My finger keeps disappearing. There you go. Okay, acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, the things that really put you in that heart chakra. And the heart chakra is dealing with the mid gateway. Okay, you can get to the higher chakras without bringing sufficient amount of energy to the heart chakra. You have to do things that brings you joy, that brings you love, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel emotionally safe, right? And you also have to bring more compassion into the situation, not be so rigid in your thinking. So I feel like you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a boiling hot pot, and the water is just like overfilled, or not overfilled, but it's boiling over onto the stove. Okay. So I feel like you've been at this for a long time and now you just can't stand it anymore. Okay. It could be a home. Maybe you're done with the home. It could be just you want to create a new foundation for yourself. You want more balance in everything in your life, maybe a better job, whatever it is. That's for you. Okay. So we're moving on to Gemini. Gemini, the new moon feels let me see. The new moon in Leo will feel like a strong urge to connect with your inner truth and express it creatively. Heartfelt, same, very similar to Taurus energy. So you needing to be able to bring more self-expression and creativity when it comes to accepting that things are changing for you, Gemini, when it comes to expressing your inner truth and finding things that are heartfelt creatively for you to do. Okay. I don't know, this could be dealing with your finances. I'm surprised this didn't come out for Taurus, but this could definitely heavily be dealing with your finances because you have the Two of Pentacles, and then to clarify that you have the solar plexus chakra, the Ten of Pentacles, 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 coins, 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 okay? Gemini. I feel like when you start to connect with your truth, that's when more money will flow. You could be having a challenging time balancing your finances, balancing equal give and take in relationships, balancing self-worth, your value. And until you get a hold of listening to your inner truth, what your heart really wants, something about Taurus energy. You might have Taurus in your chart, or you might benefit from Taurus. You guys are right next door, so something about that. So make sure you listen to that and don't skip. I don't think I'll even be able to do timestamps on Facebook, but we'll see what happens with this video. I might put it on YouTube, I might put it on Facebook. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking more on Facebook because I want to develop more of the community in my Facebook page. Yeah, there's something about you needing to balance your emotions when it comes to your finances. Like, I feel like your emotions, if you up and down with your emotions, it affects your money. So I'm gonna take a card out of my life. Okay. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, stressed out, or
it's 17 hours.
Energetically, I don't know, drain or something like that, I clear my energy and I stop doing everything and I just rest. I do some yoga, I lay down. Okay. And sometimes my old mind will process that as, oh, you're procrastinating. This is why things aren't getting done, blah, blah, blah. And really, it's just my body is catching up to the emotional work that I've already done to release. And sometimes you have to honor that, right? So for you, I feel like you get to honor your emotions as well so that you can pause and rest and consider what's going on with you emotionally, bring more balance so you're not juggling all over the place, so that you could possibly even get the seed, right? The idea to come to you of what it is that you get to create to bring this financial stability or financial security into your life. The fact that it says it's connecting you to your inner truth, so that you can express it creatively, says a lot about, I'm telling you, like, a lot of us are moving towards just really creating and doing the things that we just love, like having fun with it, and detaching from the outcome. Crazy, I know. What you mean? I do this and then I can't measure in 6 months? Where no, you can measure, you could do all of that, but I'm just saying detaching from the outcome, so you're not so attached that you're strangling it and you're not letting it loose so that it could come to you, right? It's kind of like relationships. Like whenever anybody I would date, if it didn't work out, I let them go. It looked like it's easy for me to let go. I would be crying and I'll be hurt, but I let them go because if it's not for me, it's not for me. Period. I don't beg, I don't chase, I don't like, never, ever, ever, right? So there's something about you needing to balance your energy, your emotions, right? Because that is affecting your finances. But when you start to operate from your inner truth, once you realize why do you feel, maybe you just don't feel, maybe you don't like what you're doing for money. Maybe you don't like your job if you're in a certain gig or something, like maybe you have some ancestral blockages that you need to work through, right? And you can reach out to me also. You could book a service with me to do some chakra clearing or a tarot reading because I do help processes with that. I love these cards. They actually help bring a lot of clarity along with some other energetical work that I like to do as a portal, as someone that is in alignment with this kind of work. There's a, I don't want to say there's a blockage there. There could be, not for every one of you. However, this could even be ancestral, because Ten of Pentacles to me sometimes represents ancestral energy, again, of why you feel blocked. And I believe we spoke about that when I first started, right? I'm telling you, sometimes you think blockages is like, oh, I'm procrastinating, something's wrong with me, I don't know what something's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You just get to really sit down and sit still and just truly see the patterns. What are the patterns that are causing this? Because they could not be you. And you got the Ten of Pentacles, well, not you, but the spread has Ten of Pentacles twice. So there's a lot of ancestral things. There's a lot of ancestral messages here going on for the new moon in Leo, because we are dealing with embracing your unique self-expression, right? Accepting who you are, believing who you are, and having the courage to step into that. Sometimes you might be doing something completely different from what others expect you to be doing. Like, I know a lot of people think I'm probably crazy or doing something different because I'm more into tarot, universal healing, Reiki, and I still do health and wellness for myself, but not the way that I used to do it. I'm not doing nursing. Like, a lot of things are different, but this was meant to happen, especially at my age. Like, my chart even said it, like, this was meant to happen. So this is something that I was always going to evolve into, because that's part of who I am, right? So there is something here that is a part of who you are. Royalty, riches, you're meant to be rich, Gemini, period. We are, because I'm claiming it too. I got Gemini in my chart, period. I don't care. Back here, I don't care. I don't give a damn. No, let me stop. Let me not. Okay, because Sweet Mickey will take me there. Okay. If you know, you know. All right, it's something related to your ancestry line, that you are royal, you are of royal bloodline, you are of royal descent, but your emotions are getting in the way of really just finding out that one seed that you get to plant to actually create the stability that you're looking for, okay? Three of Coins, it's the card of creative study, of two women waiting. One is wearing yellow, so this could, is it the same one? Oh yeah, no, not three. Sorry, tens. The threes is after the tens. There you go. The card of ancestral legacy. I can't make this shit up. Yes, sir. I was on the wrong card. I was reading the Three of Pentacles. This is the Ten of Pentacles. I already said the Ten of Pentacles. And then we're talking about ancestral legacy, blah, blah, blah. And then Ten of Coins, the card of ancestral legacy. I love it. Okay. She has wealth beyond reproach, which she inherits from her ancestry. When she connects the past to her future, the bridge of the third chakra will open her heart. You heard? When she connects the past to her future, the bridge of the third chakra, your solar plexus, will open your heart. Solar plexus, manipula, strength. Does it say personality, power? Okay, I do. So there's something that you get to do because you already have ancestral royalty. I'm pretty sure you're an ancestral royalty bloodline. You already have riches, okay? You already have support, guidance, but there's something that you get to do for you to inherit something, okay? Step into your ancestral energy. Who would you be if you thought you descended from royalty? As you see the legacy you have inherited, you will be ready to live and ultimately leave your own legacy. So when I used to pull this for myself, I realized it was tied to a lot of the work that I'm doing now. I couldn't put it together before because it was still fresh, it was still new, but I realized it was kind of like choosing from still being a nurse to like doing this. Now, I'm not saying to quit your job to go do something completely different, because it's different for everyone. Everyone's path is different. My path, I just took a leap of faith. Your girl didn't have no money. Some people would think I'm crazy, okay? But I've been supported. I've been supported miraculous ways. Ra, universal source energy, divine intelligence reigns supreme always, because I've been, trust me when I tell you, miraculously things work out for me, and I'm grateful because I took that leap of faith. Some people, they might need to keep working and maybe just go from full-time to part-time and then save a little bit more, sacrifice a little bit more, you know, in order to do that. And I remember right before I left Brooklyn to come to Ghana, and I turned off, I downgraded my phone line and a few other things I cut off and stuff like that. And I realized, man, just the instant change with my phone, the internet, everything was not as smooth. And I was like, wow, like I'm really paying for convenience. That's what I'm paying for. And it's pricey as hell, right? I'm really paying for convenience. So that could be something where you're like, oh, you need to sit down and really see what is it that is being called to you, something you possibly could already be doing because it's in your bloodline already. I want y'all to see it, right? It's in your ancestry line already. What if the support from your ancestors is more powerful than you thought? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Things just miraculously happened for me. So that could be a mantra and affirmation that you say to yourself every single day. No lie. Gemini. Okay. And I had to pause even when I first got to you. And I have Gemini in my chart. That's my North Node. So it's we elbow to shoulder, okay? Me and you right there. So I get it. I know, I trust it. Take a leap or sit down. Sit down. You might be you might need some time to really, like, I call it the sacred pause. And I have some cool things coming up, but you might need some time to process that, and that's okay. Don't bury yourself with work and bills and doing this and not figuring out and doing all of that. Confirmation by the wind blowing beautifully on my skin right now. Because you know what I'm hearing? God is trying to tell you something. Your ancestors is trying to talk to you, Gemini. Connect. Light a candle, sit your Kentucky Fried Chicken ass down and listen, okay? Thank you. Next. Love y'all. All right, so Cancer. Okay, new moon in Cancer. New moon in Leo. That must be significant. Well, I think the last new moon was in Cancer, right? So there's something that happened from then to now. Or you might want to look at what did I put? Let me see real quick if I have it. I don't know if I took it down this time. I did, but I don't think I put it in this book. June 21st. Yeah, emotions, home, feeling, intuitions. Cancer season slows things down, brings focus to emotional well-being, family ties, nurturing the self. Yeah, there's a big thing about family, ancestry. Time to slow down and nurture yourself after buzz. Focus on money and emotional security. I'm telling you, didn't Taurus get emotional security? Yeah, there's something about that. And Taurus is, again, a lot about just groundedness and stability. There's something about that. There's something about that for you. Okay, so pay attention to that. Okay. Cancer. I'm sorry, that was for Gemini, but Cancer too. Same for you. Oh, but I read Gemini. Why did I do that? Cancer, your season. Feel seen, supported and emotionally empowered. Set new personal goals, right? But Gemini, you got the message, right? Like, okay, cool. Supported and emotional empowerment, set new personal goals. And then for Cancer, it's encouraging you to embrace your passions and creativity, possibly leading to new artistic endeavors, social connections, and they want you to boost your self-worth and money and value, very similar to the last time, the new moon in Cancer. Boost your self-worth and value, and that could go for you too, Gemini. That could be what it is. Your self-worth and your value was, there was a hit that was taken, and I know all about that, and I had to work through that emotionally, and that's another class and offer that I'm putting together, because it's very challenging, especially when you have to clear out ancestral, energetic, as well as karmic experiences, not only for you but for a plethora of energies. Okay, it's challenging, but you can do it. You can do it if you can pause. If you can pause, really, it's all in the pause, for real. It's really in stillness. So and then look, Cancer, you also have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, you got the 10 of Pentacles and you got the 7 of Cups. Ooh, 7 of Cups is like illusions, fake love. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Cancer encourages you to embrace your passions and creativity, possibly leading to new artistic endeavors, social connections, boost your self-worth and money and value. So this is a lot about also just knowing what you deserve and not settling. Cancer, not settling for less in relationships, not settling for less in money, not settling for anything less that doesn't honor your value, including your own limiting thinking. Okay, your limiting thinking, your self-sabotaging ways, the ways that people also, man, there's a lot to say apparently. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles, this also to me is ancestral. So I feel like you and Gemini and possibly Taurus is as well so far. And I feel like it's everybody, especially, I'm telling you, with this new moon, is really encouraging us to really express ourselves and to just really cut away from all of that. As the ancestral heaviness that we've been carrying for far too long. And I'm sure, and I hope a lot of you, I trust a lot of you have been doing a lot of that work. And if not, it's just going to get heavier and heavier if you avoid doing this kind of work. Okay. I just strongly feel like the age that we're in, the age of Aquarius, is requiring us to be completely different than what we've ever been. Think differently, vibrate differently, be differently, to be able to sustain the light that will be on this plane of existence. It can't be anything less than, I want to say, the heart chakra, but I don't know, sometimes it looks like less than the 8th chakra, okay? Which is the soul star, which governs ancestral lineages and ancestral work that we had to do. That's governing the whole 7. So that's why I love doing chakra work, because it really helps you get there. It's the rays of the Kundalini of energy for you to just become self-actualized of who the heck it is you are. Okay, I digress. Anyway, Cancer, 10 of Pentacles, this is like ancestral family. This is abundance, royal bloodline. This is finances as well, right? Being stable financially. This could be making sure with your self-worth, like paying attention to your self-worth and your money, making sure that the people that you connect with, the person that you connect with, right, that's going to be in your SIR, shout out to your day balance game, the person that's going to be your closest, that you're intimate with, your husband or wife, the people that you're going to be around, the people that you're doing business with, the people that you're showing up for or to, working on one-on-one or whatever it is, even with yourself, it gets to be contracts with people that are soul tribe, people that are on your vibe, on your energy, on your frequency, that actually honors your value. Okay, there's no more lowering the prices for anyone. If this is something they want to invest in, they will pay. Okay, period. If it's that important to them, they will pay. And I really hope it is. It should be, because that's probably the only thing that's important during this age of Aquarius. All right, so you get to embrace some type of new passion. you get to embrace also, like I said, heavy emphasis on the connections with the people that you're dating, or people that you call family, people that you call friends, people that you love, with all those cups there, right? Seven of Cups by itself, minus the chakra, before we get into the crown, that's the crown chakra. This deals with illusions. This deals with, first of all, let's start with the number seven. Seven is about spirituality. It's a spiritual number. Seven to me sometimes is completions, right? After the first seven chakras of a child's life, 7 years of a child's life, they repeat everything that they've learned back, starting from 8 to 13, then 13 to 21, then 21 to 28. Like certain traumas, they get to repeat again. They get to experience in a different way. And it could be ancestral, it could be from their home, societal, what the teachers taught them, what their parents taught them, what they saw with their eyes, whatever. Seven of Cups is about illusions. It's about fake love, straight up to your face, okay? Thinking that you possibly have a lot of options as well. You have 7 cups, right? But in each of those cups, it could be just an illusion. It could be a facade. It could be somebody trying to gaslight you, somebody trying to control you or manipulate you, somebody try to steal from you, somebody try to, and it could be options of having so many things that you love, but because you have so many things that you love, you're kind of like this, like, what's the word? Diluting, putting your energy in one or two or three things, if that makes sense, instead of putting it in all 7. Now, I'm only saying that because sometimes you might want to see what's the most important thing that keeps you tethered, who you are down to the core, and focus on that. And then the water will pour in all the cups. I'm a big fan of jack of all trades, okay? Because it's better than the master of none, right? And not only that, where we're going, we've already been. That's why I didn't really like, a lot of people used to talk about, oh, you're a jack of all trades. I get it. You stay focused on one thing, that's going to grow, then you move on to the next thing. Yes, I get it. And I see that in certain aspects of my life where that is still true. But there's we are multidimensional beings. If you're a mother, you're not just a mother. You're also a sister, you're a cousin, you're a friend, you're a teacher, you're whatever it is that your job is requiring of you. You're an entrepreneur. You're a woman. You're a light being. You are multidimensional. You're already doing 7 things. You are already 7 titles. Okay? There's something about illusions here with the crown chakra that you just want to pay attention to. Maybe just having a lot of options, and you want to pay attention to that because it is tied to your ancestry. This could be like mental issues, right? That's tied to your ancestry that you kind of want to look at. Not necessarily. This could also be just having a lot of options that you're being given to as a gift from your ancestors, and you possibly don't know which one to choose from, right? This could also be dealing with realizing that you've been getting a lot of fake love from people that you love, straight up. And it happens, and it's real. It's real. People could lie, people could talk about you behind your back and say one thing all they want. And if those people don't even come to you to check with you, then they wanted to believe the BS. And that's fine. Everybody have their own paths, and everyone has their own things to clear and to work through, their own emotions, their own demons, so to speak, that they have to work through, including you, right? And again, it's encouraging you to embrace your passions, your creativity, boost your self-worth and value, and in your money. So releasing lack, scarcity, that could have been an ancestral thing too, especially being Haitian, knowing the whole slavery thing, and then thinking about way before that, because we weren't just slaves, we were also royalty. And we had amazing powers, and we still do. We have amazing powers. Okay, so you get to tap into that ancestry. So let's read you the 7 of Coins, the time of financial evolution. Hello. Okay, she lovingly appreciates one of her coins, illustrating, why do I keep doing that? 7 of Cups, sorry, so sorry. The state of emotional overwhelm. That makes more sense. Okay. She appears unconcerned with the choices before her, perhaps implying that the decision is not hers to make. Okay, the universe is neutral and holds no opinion. Emotional overwhelm comes from second guessing yourself. So dream big, right? So it's kind of like having so many options and you just don't know which one to choose, right? The energy that you're putting out is the energy that you're going to get back. You're going to get more of that. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I said to myself, if you're stagnant and you don't do anything, you're just going to still be stagnant. If you're stagnant, you're just going to keep being stagnant. But if you take one step, if you get up, if you move a toe, move an arm, do something. Now you're moving. Now you're no longer stagnant. What's the next step? What's the next walk? What's the next movement? And it's not to be a next junkie, but it is to get you out of stagnation. Once you're out of stagnation, energy can flow, right? That's why I want to eventually, when I build my house, I'm going to have it in circular forms, because in the circle, the energy is always moving in the house. But in the squares, the energies are cut off at the corners of the house. And then there's negative energy there. That's why they say put salt and stuff like that in the corners of the house, because energy gets stuck there. There's no energy that can move there. It's kind of like dirty water that's not flowing. Ew, right? It gets a whole bunch of icky, stuck mud and all of that. But the rest of the energy inside is flowing because it's free space. It's free. It's like creating a circle. But in the corners, it's blocked, right? So something is significant about that also, needing to move your energy. While your confusion may not be real, this still may not be the best time to make a decision. So again, it's very similar to Gemini, needing to pause and just figure out what it is that is overwhelming you emotionally. You cannot know where a feeling will take you, but if it inspires you, then the adventure has just begun. Like I said, what's the next step? What's something that's inspiring? What's something that is helping you to light up your self-expression? What's something that is helping you with your creativity? What is, like, between all the options, what's the first thing? Like, write them down. If you could get, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, which one would you put as number one, the one thing that you'll do for sure? And then the last thing, you love this thing too, but I probably won't do it right now, type of thing. Make that list and then get to 5 and then get to 3 and then work with those 3 and figure out which one to start with. Even if it's just writing down, that's movement. Thinking, visualization, imagination, that's movement. That's movement in your energy. You are a multi-dimensional being. Okay? Does that make sense? I think so. Yeah, Cancer. And remember, Cancer also deals with a lot with like family and stuff like that. So don't get stuck about what other people say. If they don't know what it is that you're doing, they're not sure. And you may not be sure because you're more spirit-led. And that's okay. Everybody's path and mission and walk is going to look different. Honor that for yourself before expecting anyone else to honor that, because they're not going to, because they don't understand. They don't understand. They don't overstand. And it's not for them to do either, because this inheritance, this 10 of Pentacles, this idea also, this thought process, this connection was ignited within you. Okay. Ooh, the lighting is starting to, girl, hold on. Let me see. It's not going to help, but the lighting is starting to, it's looking a little shaky. Hold on a second. Oh no, not the lighting. Okay. What's the easiest way to do this? I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, now, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but I trust. Turn this off. Oh, this ain't it. Okay. There you go. Girl, I feel like I've been gone for 2 years. I've been gone for too long. Is this okay? Can I pass with this? Is this Is this okay? Please be okay. I hope so. If not, then it is what it is. All right, let's try that. Oof. Girl, can you see my veins? Can you see my blood? Bruh, how do I bring this lighting down? Mizami? Portrait, adjust for lighting. Oh my gosh, I just feel like you all up in my gums. You know what I'm saying? You all up in my gums. That's all. It is what it is. Okay. At least you can see me. My head is a little cut off now. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Yo, this looks crazy. You all up in my teeth. Like, oh, all right. You know what? I gotta get used to it. Spotlight. I gotta get used to the spotlight, right? Makeup. Okay, sorry. Where am I? We're moving on to Leo, of course. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. We're moving on to Leo. Leo, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. Nah, bro, this is just too much. Oh, you gotta be ready. Are you not ready for the spotlight, Leo? You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready, but just talk to your makeup artist and talk to the lighting guy, okay? Talk to the freaking lighting guy. God darn it. Like, what the hell? Video filter? I don't need no filter. I just need this to not be so bright. Is that better, y'all? I guess. It's gonna have to do, okay? Oh my gosh, like, that's crazy. But you can't make this up. Time to shine, Leo. It's your new moon. It's your moon. Okay, again, embrace courage, self-expression, creativity, be your unique self, be your authentic self, explore your creative talents, all of the good stuff. And for Leo, I put powerful time for initiating new projects and expressing yourself boldly. Shed masks and invest in your growth. Make sure my evil eye is showing, okay? Embrace, oh God, okay. Marilyn Monroe. Stop. Embrace, where am I? Embrace, oh, you shy, Leo? Don't be shy, girl. Ain't nobody gonna bite, okay? If anything, you gonna bite. Okay, no, let me stop. Powerful time for initiating new projects and expressing yourself boldly. Shed masks and invest in your growth. That was significant, right? The light is on. Lights, camera, action. I'm getting. Do what it is that you need to be doing. Let me close that. I don't need that anymore. And your message was pretty clear. So whatever it is that you're initiating, or maybe you want to get started on, express yourself, show up for yourself, show yourself, be honest, be real, be raw, be authentic, be clear, be you, be yourself. I remember I created a shirt back in the day. It was like, be you for be beautiful, but be you. And then, because we have such a collective mind, you see a lot of people that has the same thing, and it's like, you start to think, like, how do people even know? You can't blame that people, you can't say people are copying from you, right? Not everyone. Some people, they are dead at spying on you. They're stealing your ideas. You tell them, yes, there is that too. We're not going to put the mask down. The light is going to shed on the illusions and the fakes and the falses, all of that too. All of y'all is going to be, the light is going to be shed on that ass, period. The truth will always be out, okay? But I digress. But sometimes we just share collective mindset. We share similar ideas, okay? So if you have some type of new project that you want to work on, do it. If you have any type of mask that you've been unconsciously projecting or accepting from others, do it. There's something I also wanted to say with Cancer and Gemini, and now you, man, is this missing me? No. Make sure you have make sure you're around connections that embrace your uniqueness and your authenticity. Make sure you're surrounded by people that cares about you, that likes what you do, that knows what you do, and they embrace that. They don't try to change that. I'm looking for my lip gloss, baby. I can't be out here looking ashy like Ashy Larry up in I can't be Ashy Larry up in this DLS, okay? We are not doing any type of DLS at all. And Leo season, absolutely not. We're not having no dry lip syndrome up in this mug. Thank you. Kindly. Please and thank you. All right, anyway. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So make sure you invest in people that invest in you and your authenticity, your authentic frequency. Attract your tribe. Okay, don't settle for less. Anybody don't understand what you're doing still, then you gotta go. It's not that you don't understand, you choose to not understand. You don't want to understand, and that's fine. That's fine. But you're not gonna do that here in my face. You could go with love. Enjoy your journey. Everybody has their own journey. We are literally like, it's kind of like riding the train. You come on the train, you meet somebody, hey, what's up? And then they go to the A train, you go to the F train. It's like, okay, we gotta go. That's what it is. This is kind of like what it looks like to me, like that whole Lucy movie where, and everybody, they had their own line of frequency. And some people go here, they go there, and then they part ways and they come together. Like, this is what it is. This is a cosmic dance of experience. And whoever doesn't honor your authentic frequency, they don't deserve to be around you, period. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be anything negative. And it doesn't have to be something that they've done wrong. Maybe, sometimes also time is up. Time is up. They've been in your life, you've been in their life, and now the energetical frequency has shifted and it doesn't resonate on the same spectrum. So it must part ways. It's just energy. That's all it is. It's we either we together, we on the same vibe, we gonna be magnetically attracting each other. If we're not, we're just gonna repel. And it's just energy, nothing to take personally, If it's meant to be, we'll magnetically attract one another again later on, maybe, or not. Either way, something significant is about that for you, Leo. Okay. So your card is the Lovers. Okay. This can be about no longer attracting certain type of lovers in your life. That doesn't resonate with you, right? They don't see you. They just want to experience you. I've had that too. They tell you all the great things, but really they just want to experience you because they've seen a light in you that they've never had before, and they know that they can't sustain within themselves, and they know that energetically they won't be able to sustain being next to you. So then they probably hurt you and leave you and ghost you because they didn't want you to do that before they did that to you, because they felt like you know what I'm saying? Like the whole game. It could be that. But the original meaning of this card used to be a choice. It's a choice that you need to make, right? And then you have the Hierophant. This is also the Gemini card. So you might want to go rewind a little bit, take a few steps back. Okay. And listen to the Gemini. That might resonate with you. Strong urge to connect with your inner truth and express it creatively. Especially becoming more heartfelt. Same thing. Expressing yourself boldly. Get rid of the mask. There's something about you keeping on a mask is attracting false lovers too. This could also go for Cancer. But when you express your true self, you share who you are, you say who you are, you tell people what it is that you do, what you're interested in, all the good things, all the good stuff. They either with it or they're not. And they're going to either show or they're not. If you're telling someone honestly about how you feel about something and they can't meet you there, that's them showing you that they can't meet you there energetically, and that's okay. It's just time to part ways. It's time to do the hard thing, right? That's the tough thing. It's time to do the repelling. And sometimes you don't have to do anything. Your energy, most of the time, you don't have to do anything, to be honest with you. It just happens for you. But there is a choice here that you get to make. And maybe it's like you get to choose to be your higher self or your lower self. But I feel like you're choosing to be your higher self. Because the lower self, this is a very similar card, would be the devil, which means you're clinging on, you're holding on, to old connections, to toxic ways, to karmic ways. Karmic as in whatever you reap is what you sow. If you're going to keep being around people that doesn't serve your highest good, you're going to keep getting their karma, sharing their karma. But if you raise your frequency and you operate as the higher being that you are, that's what you're going to get. I'm also sensing that you're magnetically attracting a divine counterpart, partner, maybe even a business, or maybe even a teacher, a leader, or maybe you're becoming this in yourself because you're polarizing the feminine and masculine energy within yourself. Bars, because I feel like that's what I'm doing. Oh, and I do got Leo in my chart too, okay? Mars and Venus. Bitches. Okay. Sorry about that. With a little rampage. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant talks about being a teacher. The Hierophant talks about being a leader. It talks about also just, I don't want to say religion, but just higher ways of thinking. Okay, the Hierophant also represents God card to me. So this is higher self. With the Lovers, this is you operating in your higher self. This could even be you shining your light and finally coming out as a teacher, as someone that, not necessarily a teacher, because even me, sometimes I don't like titles anymore. I feel like it limits you and it puts you in a box. But energetically, if you have been placed here to raise the frequency of the planet amongst other stars, you are here to learn as well as teach. And I could resonate with that. Even being a Life Path 33, master teacher, master healer. But not to be stuck in those kind of like limitations of the numbers, although that's what they are. But look at your life, see where that resonates for you. But it does resonate that for me. I believe this is the third eye. I'm gonna double check, because the third eye and the crown sometimes look very similar. The Hierophant is the 5 card. And dealing with this for you, Leo, initiating on the new project, especially, it could be that. And for me, it is that, so I'll share a little bit more later on. Is it still recording? Oh, it's still recording. Okay. So yeah, that could be something for you as well. Or maybe you're just starting to teach people something. You're doing something different, right? You're teaching people something. So the Hierophant, the Fool seeks spiritual knowledge. Okay. He is there when the Fool arrives, standing under the all-seeing eye, right? She carries a wand of the color indigo, which vibrates the frequency of all past and future visions. But is she ready for this knowledge? Ooh, see? And then when we came from Gemini and Cancer, the spiritual inheritance also could be a spiritual gift. Okay, you may have new gifts. Okay, one of my new offerings that I'm now offering is dream interpretations, because I love them. They're so fun, and that actually, literally, I've been doing them for a few years now. And now I'm a lot more confident and more comfortable doing them for others. It's just something that I enjoy to do because it really helps speaking from the depth of your soul and bringing it out to light in this frequency, in this vibrational plane of existence, okay? And it's fun. I enjoy it. So if you want, book me for that whenever you have some dreams. But yeah, it could be a new gift, claircognizance, clairsentience, whatever it is for you, you'll know. But this could definitely be a new gift that is coming to you, okay? The Hierophant seeks to connect the Fool to the sixth sense, the sixth chakra, your sixth sense, right? This is a window into her psychic ability. His teachings of intuitive trust will carry her forward in uncertain times. So there's something about developing your intuition here. And this is probably the most important thing that you want to do. That's something I would say pay money for. either if it's with me or anybody else to get a reading done, to get practice on, because we are moving into uncertain times. We are already in uncertain times, and you really want to be able to connect with your higher self to be able to receive the guidance and the instruction in your forward movement. It's not going to be just off of logic alone. It's not going to work. Not in this new plane of existence. Maybe in the age of Pisceans, the age of Pisces that we just left, but it's not going to work. You have to follow your intuition. You have to listen to your gut. That's what's going to guide you now. So, okay, Leo, he must teach her to see darkness and light, and she will draw on these mystical lessons in the days ahead. So you're going to have experiences, you're going to have lessons that's going to come up to teach you to be able to differentiate between the darkness and the light, not only within yourself, but within others. And this isn't something that you need to broadcast, you need to say to anyone. You just need to trust what your intuition is telling you, because sometimes, again, you could possibly even spiritually gaslight yourself and be like, oh no, I'm not, and then get yourself caught up in a situation that you wish you didn't, and probably feel even worse because your intuition told your butt, but you didn't want to listen. You gaslit yourself. Okay. The power of meeting a true spiritual mentor. Okay, remember I told you possibly are linking with a new spiritual mentor, or someone in your life is going to act as a spiritual mentor. They might not even know. Seriously, like sometimes spirit just use us in that way. They might not even know. Or this could be a spiritual mentor as in a guide, a spiritual guide that's just around you, that's going to assist you either in your dreams or whatever. Okay. Take it how it resonates for you. The mentor creates synchronicity and opens the path to walk alongside them and learn until you no longer need to. When it is time to become your own intuitive guide, you will know. Okay, so returning from the world of mysticism, the fool will encounter the lovers. That's interesting because the lovers is right there with the card, but it's just on a different deck. Can y'all see? Come on, lovers. It's funny how the lovers is hiding. Isn't that interesting? Wow, it's funny how the lovers is hiding. Wow. And what about this? Wow, that's something to consider. There might be a choice, not everyone, where you're going to be given a choice between a dark or light lover. Choose wisely. Trust your intuition. Somebody might come with flowers and they might be the dark one, okay? And I don't mean dark and light as in good or bad. I'm just saying not in the harmonious resonance with your frequency, which would be dark, and then light would be. And or maybe your dark, anxious ways, because you've been hurt in the past, will create anxiety in your partner energetically to where you might sabotage that or delay that union. So pay attention to that. Do your healing work. Okay. But you're being taught, you're being led, you're being supported now with a mentor to kind of like just see the reality. The fool will encounter the lovers. Is it a dream, reality, or a dream she will create? Let me stop. What was that? I don't know, Leo. I don't know what you do with your life, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to do, but these are really dope and guiding you and assisting you. If you need further clarification and information, of course, reach out to your girl, okay? So that's going to be for you, but definitely if you do have energy towards some type of new project, new creativity, something that you want to bring into fruition that's going to help you to express yourself, do it in a way where it's authentic. It's coming straight from you. It's nobody else. It's your frequency. People might try to copy, but they can't because it's not sustainable, because you're the original Dandada. Okay, now let me stop. But yeah, that was your message, Leo. All right, Virgo. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so far. It's almost time for a meditation. So I think after Virgo, I'm gonna cut it. Cut it. That is an old song. Number one. Number two, that's significant. Virgo, what are you cutting out of your life? Because first of all, you got the Eight of Wands, which is the card of fast action, something coming in very quickly. And then the Judgment card. Judgment card is definitely cutting something, right? A call to action is double action. So you got to cut something. I don't know, cut procrastination, cut not moving, cut stagnation. We're going to find out. But for the new moon in Leo, what I got for Virgo was joy. The new moon in Leo will help you draw your focus on your health, your well-being, and possibly initiating new routines or practices. More rest, more reflection, more inner work. Don't rush. This is a long-term game for you, Virgo. Okay. So yeah, for me, I could see where it's like cut certain behaviors that doesn't align with what the next version of you is asking you and requiring you to be. That next version of you is asking you to be, I don't know, more authentic, more playful, more consistent, but also take your time. Don't put everything into your work. In one day, rest, recuperate, divine feminine energy slowly but surely. Okay? Because things are moving for you either if you're resting or not. That's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like fast movement. Things are just coming straight to you. Sagittarius energy. There could be a move. You could be moving. Maybe you're being led to move. Could be some travel. You probably have to move quickly or something is about to happen with that. Could be you becoming more courageous. Take initiative right now. This is the best time during this new moon in Leo to do so. This energy is supporting you, especially with helping you to embrace more courage and self-expression. So focusing on your health and well-being. So creating routines on that is important. Rest, sleep, meditation, journaling, all of that good stuff. Take care of yourself. Like listen, I would talk self-love and self-care forever. And it's more than self-love. It's really just self-care, emotional care, spiritual care, mental care, physical care. All of it, care. Okay? And you may have to cut things that does not align with that. Definitely focus on new routines, okay? So I feel like even though when you're resting, things are gonna still be coming anyway because you put in the work. I feel like you've put in the work, and judgment is here to support that. The judgment card is another God card. That is like, that's it, enough. Come on up. Take action. Anything that you felt like was sent to attack you is cleared. And if anyone tries it, I'm sorry to tell you, okay, it's not gonna work. And they're only gonna fall on their own sword. Yo, as soon as I said that, my eyes went over to Libra. Libra is all about judgment. You got judgment. And then I'm not going to get to Libra yet, but Libra is the Ten of Swords. Look at all of that. As soon as they send all those swords to you, it's going to go right back. Fool card. That's only going to set you free because you've already been set free. Libra, we'll get to you in the next. We're going to do the whole next video. I need to continue on with Virgo. This is the part 1. So I do hope to see you guys in the next video. Like the video, share it with someone who's an Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, or Virgo, because there's just going to be a part 1. And also, book a tarot reading with me so we can get deeper into each messages personalized for you. If you're interested in dream interpretations, reach out to your girl. I also offer distant Reiki healing. I do have my Lucy ebook that you need to cop, okay? But it's because it's all about raising your vibrational frequency, especially as we go into these uncertain times. And I put a lot of tools in that book that I've actually utilized myself to help me break away from old limited thinking, just blockages, emotional blockages, to get to the Philosopher's Stone, period. Okay? And it's super helpful. It's super helpful. And I wish it was something that I had. It's all laid out that I could actually implement. All right? So check that out. All right. Virgo. 8 of Wands. 8 is infinity. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. Soap. Whatever you sow. Yeah, something is being cleaned off. Cut off, clean. Interesting. Something is being cut off clean. Okay, it could be people's access to you, attacks, maybe spiritual attacks sent towards you. I receive it. Also, like I received the cutting of all of that crap, but also your own limiting ways or limiting beliefs of stagnation, like that, like that's, you could cut that out, because you're about to, you see how what happened with the Leo, the light came shining bright. You're about to be you're right next to Leo, so you shining too. You're about to shine. And since I have that in my Mars and Leo, so you look at where that Leo placement also is in your birth chart, you'll see exactly what planet, whatever, is affecting that, or what will be affected during this time. Okay, wands, again, is things that you're passionate about. It could be communication, something that's coming in quick to you, not necessarily because that's swords, but sometimes it's still looked as some type of exciting news, exciting time that is coming towards you. Something that you're working on is gaining momentum. Even if you're resting, even if you see nothing is going on, even if you do these Zooms and no one is here, even if you have, you put out certain things and nothing, like you don't see anything moving, trust me, it's moving. It's already done, period, dot, point. Okay. Virgo, let's read the judgment before I run out of time. Oh, yes. Hold on. I was about to read you the other one. Okay, the judgment. The fool summons gratitude. I like that. The fool again appears in angel wings. She now knows that judgment is discernment. She recognizes that at times her own judgment faltered, yet she has consistently self-corrected and found her own way. And I could relate to that too. I haven't made the best choices in the best way that I could have, with more information, with more self-awareness, self-work, shadow work. I was able to see how I could have done certain things better, but I also learned how to release what happened, what was, because it was meant to. It was all part of my process, right? So the judgment also, side note, is also about taking action. So double action, again, I think I said that already, right? Crown chakra. You're being like aligned. This is also giving me eighth soul chakra energy. Like all your chakras are aligned. You're not ready to go. You're protected. You're like, I'm seeing Aries almost energy, like fear, I don't know, spearheadedness. Having reached the seventh chakra, you see, the fool is now a vessel of clarity for the universal good. You speak for the universe. I know I do. Connected to Ra, the sun speaks through me, through my heart. Everything that I am, I've always been. And there's times that I've isolated myself, that I moved away from myself, possibly causing more damage than good, because I didn't realize that power. I didn't realize that light within me. I didn't realize that no matter what happened, I matter. My voice matter, my emotions matter, my thoughts matter. And if it was just a matter of learning how to set boundaries so I could be around those that honors that light within me, then that's what had to happen. Period. Nothing less, nothing more. It was meant to happen. So it could be the same thing for you, okay? The fool is now a vessel of clarity for the universal good. When we live in mastery, we honor those who taught us how to live. This is not a place of forgiveness, rather a place of raised consciousness. I'm telling you. Self-forgiveness takes place in the fourth chakra and below. Here, the work is complete and acceptance owns this energy. So you've gone through a lot and now you're just accepting what is. And you're moving forward because you forgave yourself, you forgave others, you've had compassion, and now you need to focus on your health, your self-care. Maybe you've overburdened yourself, overgiven, overextended, and that drained your energy. And now it's time for you to take action, but take action for you. Pour into you. Routine, self-care, your money, your value, your self-worth, all of that. Okay? But don't rush. This is a long-term, like what I'm building is a long-term. What you get to work on and focus on is long-term. Your health, your routine, all of that is for long-term. It's not just to look fly for your birthday, for the summertime. It's not just to look good for a wedding or to look good for a cruise or a trip. to Bali or a trip to Mexico, wherever it is. This is life. So even if you kind of like slow down and you're not going as hard as you used to, or you're not going as hard, you're still getting up every day to do something. And that's okay. That's good. That's in alignment with what you're meant to do, because you're working on this long term, slow build for a more sturdy foundation. You're building castles. You're building legendary mansions. They need to last they need to outlast time. Long term, okay? You are more than magnetizing your dreams. You are creating light for yourself and others. The student has become the master. You woke up flawless. All right, don't get me started. No, let me stop. You now have separated the material from the spiritual. Good job. One is not better than the other, and the World card will offer you the opportunity to combine and rejoice in the complete synchronicity of your circumstances. Did you hear me? The World card, that's after, will offer you the opportunity to combine and rejoice in the complete synchronicity of your circumstances. So because you're no longer stuck to the material, to the matrix, to the world of things, you have now entered more of spiritual living. That's why all your chakras are balanced. It's kind of like also turning your vices into virtues, all of that, because those are also tied to all of your hormones, all of your glands, all of your chakras. And when you do that, then you have mastered creating the Philosopher's Stone. You're above. You're a master, literally. And you're being given an opportunity to see that, to honor that, and to slow down and to enjoy it, because now you're about to create opportunities and experiences that is in alignment with that energy that you're radiating from within, the light that you're radiating from within, period. And I claim that, okay? All right, you guys, that is the first part of the video. I'll come back because I have a scheduled thing to do right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. This has been bomb.com so far, bomb diggity. Okay, and I'm looking forward to doing the rest. So this is part 1. Make sure you come back for part 2, or share with a fellow Libra, Sagittarian, Scorpius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. That's going to be for part 2. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.